One of the criteria for getting a clinical depression diagnosis is an impairment in functioning. But mental health advocates say that just because you're functioning well on the outside doesn't mean you actually are well. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to psychiatrist Dr. Sue Varma ahead of her Yakima Town Hall event about what high-functioning depression is and what you can do to help.
Depressed mood, diminished pleasure in most or all activities, fatigue, feelings of worthlessness, or excessive guilt. Psychiatrist and mental health advocate Dr. Sue Varma says you can check off all those symptoms and still not be diagnosed with depression.
In order to be qualified for, quote, a diagnosis, you have to have impairment in functioning, and a lot of times people will get dismissed by family, by doctors. They'll be like, but you're doing so well. You're showing up, but you're not able to function properly. You're not as productive as you used to be.
It's called high-functioning depression. Not an official diagnosis, but Varma says it's just as costly.
If you go to a day of work or a day of meetings, are you so exhausted and it takes like 3 or 4 days to recover and then you're avoiding people? Or if you just find that you're not getting pleasure from the things that you used to. In my mind, that's like the hallmark of depression.
Varma says there's no one-size-fits-all solution, but cognitive behavioral therapy, lifestyle interventions, medication, or a mix of all can help. But she says practicing practical optimism can help, starting right now, with the 4 M's of mental health: movement,
15 to 20 minutes of anything that brings you joy, and it could be walking, it could be yoga, it could even be stretching.
Mindfulness,
2 minutes of a deep breathing exercise, or it could just be doing one thing at a time, whatever you're doing wholeheartedly.
meaningful engagement,
Going deep with someone, being vulnerable, asking key questions.
and mastery.
You don't have to be a master at something, but just spend 10 or 15 minutes a day getting better at something.
4 little habits that, if done every day, Varma says can help make a big difference in your mental health. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, Dr. Sue Varma has taken all of those principles and put them into a book called Practical Optimism: The Art, Science, and Practice of Exceptional Well-Being. That'll be coming out in February of next year.